Hey everyone. Hey. I just wanted to share my thoughts today. I saw a picture today of a homeless man, and someone had written a caption along with the picture saying, we find that they find it crazy that we forget that people who are homeless, people without a home, are humans just like us, and they are so gifted and so talented, and that no one realizes or cares to ask or notices that they have like insane gifts and abilities inside of them, just like every single one of us do. And that kind of resonated with me because I've thought before and talked to a few people about people like Eminem or Tupac, or people who are highly thought of and noticed in the world, celebrity status, or just known about, just great people with great talents. That's probably a better way to say it. They were once nobodies, and now everyone wants a piece of them. And yeah, I think it was my mum I was speaking to once. I was just saying, like, it's crazy because every single person that we walk past every single day has something so great inside them, has this amazing gift, God-given gift inside of them, and no one knows what that is. Everyone has something so unique and authentic and real and significant to offer the world, and we fall short because we glance upon the surface and it's kind of just up in passing, and we don't know what greatness we pass every single day. Like, I think we would do ourselves and others a service, I guess you could call it, a favor, if we could just look a little deeper, just ask a question, just delve under a little bit, like, do you know what I'm saying? And I think we as humans, we measure things, we get so caught up in measuring things, and wrongly. Like, I've seen another video recently, and it was of this girl, and she was on the news as well, and she's like a beauty or a fashion or something like that, and she had posted pictures on Facebook of with and without makeup, and she has some acne on her face without makeup, and the comments to some of the pictures were just horrible things. Like, you don't even understand how people could say that. Really hurtful stuff, even with the makeup, like, not everyone could be happy, and then with the stuff going on, the stuff that's always been going on with, like, asylum seekers and like, oh, go back to your own country, no boats here, and the stuff that how people are going to get imprisoned if they report anything that goes on in, like, a certain island at the moment, and, like, what else? Oh, just something lighter, a lighter topic. Just, I think it's great that Justin Bieber went to Hillsong, but people just are like, whoa, like, Justin Bieber's here, it's so, oh my gosh, like, I got to, and it's like, cool, but, and I think it's so good because I think, whoa, like, exposure for the place and all the rest, because yeah, people do pay attention to what he does, but at the end of the day, I've said it before, we're all human. We all have a heart, we all have a soul, and we all bleed the same blood. And I think we get so caught up in measuring each other, like, she's beautiful, she's not, she's fat, she's thin, she's tall, she's short, he's black, white, Asian. We have all these different labels, and they all kind of contribute to that measuring kind of thing, like high class, lower class. You know, they have nicer clothes, they don't. Like, all this stuff that's on the surface, all this stuff that is physical, and then we pay attention to people like Justin Bieber and Eminem and Angelina Jolie and people who are in movies and people who make music and, you know, people who are on TV, celebrities and somebodies and people who have money and all the rest. And at the end of the day, they are just like us. They're human like us, they breathe like us, they have to sleep like us, they have hearts and souls and feelings like us. And there's that saying, you can't please everyone, and it's so true, because we all have a right. We all have our own personal opinions. We all have our own personal points of view on things. And that's a great description of it, because at the end of the day, it is a point of view. And our point of view is filtered through a lot of things, like our personal experiences, our knowledge, who we know, what we know, you know, what we feel passionate about and all the rest of it. And so that's our point of view. And, you know, even what's going on in the world at the moment, how gay marriage has been finally, you know, good, like made legal in America, and people are just, some people are like, yeah, woo, and some people are like, this is just an outrage. And at the end of the day, like, what I'm talking about here, like with measuring people and measuring and labeling them and this and that, like, oh, that person's gay, that person's black, that person's white. You know, we concentrate and we look so much on the differences, and we look so much on, put focuses so much on like talents, like, whoa, they can act or they can sing, and we're forgetting that we're all human, that we're all in this together. Get out of my country, go back to your own country. Hang on a minute, they didn't choose to be born in a war-torn country. Like, think about it for a second, like, okay, ball this all up into one. Basically, I've had a few conversations about this, and who are we to judge? Who are we? Who are you? Who am I? Who is the next person? Celebrity or not? Homeless or not? Greatly talented in one field and not another. At the end of the day, lots of money, not lots of money. We are all human, and we all have that in common. We all have a heart and a soul, and we bleed. We all have to sleep. We all have that in common. So why can't we just go? You know, at the end of the day, not one of us on this planet is better than another. Not one. We all make mistakes. We're all imperfect. Whether we, you know, we're great. Some of us are great, and we have we all have greatness in us. God-given greatness. And we are great in different areas. So for me personally, I can write, and I just love it, and I just get everything out and express like my heart in writing. But give me the same exact pen that I use to write and tell me to draw and express myself in that way, and it's not going to happen. It can't. Like, I do not have that greatness in me, but somebody else does. And you could go on a long track of different gifts and things in that area, but at the end of the day, what I'm saying is focus on that we are all in this together, and like, we just need to love each other and stop trying to measure ourselves against each other, stop trying to measure other people against each other, stop trying to tell someone that they're a horrible, horrible person because they do this or are this or look like that or speak about that or are involved in that. Because at the end of the day, we're all imperfect. We all make mistakes. Maybe they're not the exact same mistakes, but we can't do this. We are not qualified to judge. God is our judge. He is the only one who has the whole point of view. We have our own points of view. We all see in through different filters and different directions and different experiences and everything. We have our own little points of view. I was on a mountain the other day and I looked off into one direction and there was a sunset, and I looked off into another direction and there was a rainbow, and I looked off into another direction and there was a cloudy sky. But if I was down the bottom of the mountain, I wouldn't have seen what I saw from up the top. That was a different point of view, but it still wasn't the whole world. God sees everything. He sees through the physical, through the material, into our hearts. And he sees who we are, and he sees our hearts, and from where actions come from and from where attitudes come from and all of that. He sees the core of that, the core of us, not what we paint ourselves to be, not what we try and make others see about us. He is here to judge. He is our judge. He is the only one qualified to do that. So we need to just calm down on measuring and labeling and telling this person they're doing the wrong thing and telling that person they're doing the wrong thing. Like it says in the Bible, you hypocrite, for you're telling your brother that they have a speck in their eye when you have a plank in yours. First remove the plank from your own eye before you try and remove the speck from your brother's eye. Like, we don't have any idea, and it's just silly what we do. This kind of illustrates what I've been saying. It's something I've read in one of my books, and it just says, Chaucer observes, from common tasks they can learn spiritual lessons like humility. The rich do not sweep faster or better than the poor. The educated do not wash clothes better than the illiterate. The professional does not shovel snow more easily than the farm labourer. The cleric does not change automobile oil with more delicacy than the mechanic. So, at the end of the day, no one is better than another. So, instead of getting caught up on what that person looks like, what they're involved in, how great this person's talent is, and putting them up on a high stage or a higher level than this person because they aren't talented at singing. Maybe, no, not maybe, we should be just embracing that we're all human and we're all here together and we all need love, and just uplifting each other and giving each other a helping hand, and just leveling the field out a bit, and not trying to judge, but just to love on people and put focuses into real, true, significant stuff that deserves focus, like heart and love and real treasure, like stuff that comes from in here. Yeah. And so that's like all what I'm trying to say. And, you know, like, there's people in this world. I mean, it has to be done. Someone has to do it. It's a job. Decide how much this person gets paid and how much that person gets paid, and how much money goes here and how much money goes there. You know, TV shows and insanely amazing movies are made with millions upon millions of dollars, because that's where the money is chosen to be put, when there are people out there dying of hunger and disease, and, you know, there's all of it out there. And I'm not trying to point the finger at anyone, because I'm not perfect, but I'm just saying, if our focus was, instead of measuring one person against the other, saying that this person is so great, they deserve $50 million to make a movie, putting that focus into there, if our focus was on love and just valuing the fact that we're all in here together and we all need to just be like family and just take care of each other, valuing life, then there wouldn't be people out there dying of disease and hunger and everything, because there is enough resource in the world, there is enough money in the world and resource that no one has to go hungry, that everyone can be educated and everything could be leveled out. So yeah, I love you guys, I love talking about this stuff. Please share your thoughts. And another thing I've learned recently, one more thing, is just, if you call on God first, if you talk to Him first about everything and anything you're doing, that's where you're going to get true direction, and that's where you're going to find your help. Because at the end of the day, there's this verse in the Bible that I love, and it kind of just says it all. It's Psalm 127, verses 1 to 2, and it says, "Unless the Lord builds the house, those who build it labour in vain. Unless the Lord watches over the city, the watchman stays awake in vain. It is vain that you rise up early and go late to rest, eating the bread of anxious toil, for He gives to His beloved sheep." So what it's saying is, like, your worry is silly, because you just need to give it to Him. He's the one who takes care of all things, not us. It's not in our strength that we do anything. Anything that is great comes from Him. And you can get up early and you can go to bed late and you can build a house on your own accord and go along your own way and do your own plans. But at the end of the day, God is God, and His will be done. So if He doesn't want the house to stay standing, or like if He doesn't want that to come about, it's not gonna stay firm, and it's not gonna stay there, because if He wants to move it, it's gonna be moved. But if you go through His will, which His plans are to prosper us and to give us hope and a future, His plans are better than us, His thoughts are higher than our thoughts, and His ways are higher than our ways. Lean not on your own understanding, but on Him. Go with Him, and He'll take you. He will fulfill all that stuff that is empty and just aching in your life. He'll take it away, because that's there. It's there to be filled by Him, and He's the only person that can fill it. So yeah, let's wrap it up and just say, let Him be the judge. and let us be the love. Okay.